Okay.
Right.
I watched this, and it was about what you expect. It's basically just a lucha match. Kenny Omega defeats Ray Phoenix in 18 minutes. And I looked at the clock, and it's 18 minutes. There's like 7 minutes left in here. So then Moxley comes out with a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire. Okay? Now, he's been wronged. He's been, he comes out, he hits Kenny Omega one time in the belly with the bat. Is like standing around. Like, how long? This was very, very, very awkward. What did you think of this, Konnan?
I liked it. I liked
did?
Yeah.
I thought it was very.
Well, I don't have to
awkward.
agree with what you like or don't like, Disco.
Well, I'm usually I'm a better
and
judge.
If I don't agree,
I'm a better
no,
judge of stuff that's good or bad.
No, you're not.
Am.
No, you're not.
Absolutely am. Yes, I am.
So here we go. So I like the match. All right. Okay. And it was basically Lucha Libre with New Japan with some American wrestling is basically what it was. That was not a Lucha match. But I liked the end of the show.
This match literally took place in AAA a couple weeks ago, a little while ago.
Yeah, How's it 2 years ago. Match? Yeah, 2 years. Because it's a different match. It's a different match.
It's the same two guys.
Okay, and the two guys can't
have it.
Yeah, you're an idiot. But anyways, so I like the end. Yeah. I like the end because I like the fact that they brought these guys from Impact and all the J-Brones that are around the ring.
Why did you like that? Because you
worked that.
Bro, this is the most bizarre. I can't believe that.
Listen, nutbag. If you don't like that, I like something that you don't like. That's on you. You criticize
that's
what
on
I
you,
like. It's not going to change.
Wrong.
No, you're wrong,
and I'm right. So
right.
That's the difference.
Oh my goodness.
let me say this. This whole thing has done literally absolutely nothing for AEW, and is only just increasing the brand value of Impact. Bro, they're letting all the heat is going on the Impact people.
Yeah, but AEW
Impact guys are the only people getting heat here.
I thought you wanted them to build heat. Don't you want them to build heat? And then
bro, you want to build heat for your show, not for Impact.
AEW is going to win at the end. You know that. So now they're building up the match.
But they're using Impact. I mean, this is insane booking. It's like if I worked there, okay, and they were bringing this up and like wanting to do this, I would constantly be asking, okay, what is this going to do for AEW? And the answer so far in all this has been nothing.
Well, what did
this is not doing anything for AEW at all. Nothing.
What did the NWO kicking the out of the Steiners and Luger every week in Macho?
No, you're trying to. This is the thing. The thing with this is for their audience. I think they actually think that they're booking this stuff to try to get ratings, and it's going to mean absolutely nothing for the ratings. You're digging into a smaller market to try to build your rating. It's like you need to dig into a larger market. They're digging into the Impact market. This is crazy.
We've already found out that their max rating is 1 million people. That's it.
But it's not even 1 million people. They can't get a million people.
A little under 1 million, yeah.
It's under. Okay, so that's the thing. How do they think they're going to get over the hump with this?
I think they're happy.
Yeah, it's what the Mark wants, right? He's got his Bullet Club.
Let me tell you something. This company's been going for a year, all right? Over a year. And the biggest gripe of the WWE over the past however many years it's been is that the WWE does not know how to build stars anymore, right? And we've seen over the course of wrestling over the past 4 or 5 years that when stars are in a feature match that's been built up, it pops a number, okay? That's pretty much tried and true. And we don't have a lot of those where they build up stars, get two guys to be stars to build up to a match. It happens very few and far between, right? So they literally for a year now have had this roster, okay, where this is just a few guys have gotten over. They brought in some big guys that have not been overused on WWE TV or been on WWE TV that had a chance to elevate, and a new guy come in and like push them, and they've literally like beat these people off pretty quick. You know, they've ruined their momentum. Okay, now you have this big giant roster that you can't find time for guys in the show sometimes. You stick them all in AEW Dark, and you're literally all this talent you have, all this chance to build these people up. You're grabbing two guys and a guy, a manager, and two wrestlers from another show, and you're putting them right at the top of your card. Well, I mean, I'm sorry, but like, I can be critical of that philosophy because what you've done is like you literally could not build any stars, and you're literally having to go and dig into another pot to bring guys in to put at the top of your card. But that's what this looks like to me.
Well, you don't
now you guys can sit there and talk about, oh, this is the Bullet Club, get them together. But for a person that's just looking at this from objectively, if you're talking about ratings every week, you're bragging about your numbers, you're talking about beating NXT. If you're literally booking to try to get numbers, and if you're trying to promote a show, this is an epic fail. This is like one of the dumber things you can do.
Well, how can you tell? It's like in its infancy. How could it be a failure before it even really started?
Just on philosophy. All right. So, anybody, any comments on this show?
Like I said, I completely disagree with you, dude. Completely.
Well, you're going to be disagreeing with the right side, so you get me on the wrong side here. So.
No, because you can be the conversation terrorist and talk over me and all this and be condescending, but at the same time, that doesn't mean you're going to convince me. I'm telling you, bro. Not only was the match. Let me finish. But let me finish. Right.
So we'll look 6 weeks from now. And I'll be correct.
Okay, good. Okay, good. I'll send you a cake or something. But here we go. At the end of the day, bro. Not only was a match good, and just because two guys had a match in Mexico doesn't mean they're going to have the same match in AEW. It's two different types of matches. But since you didn't see the one in Mexico, you don't know what the you're talking about. That's number one.
The one in Mexico.
Did you? What was the finish? How did it end?
Forgot the finish, but I watched a 7-minute highlight reel of it.
Okay, so I'm sure you got the whole feeling in 7 minutes of a 30-minute match. So
I wasn't a fan of the first 2 minutes of the match.
That's good. That's not for you, dude. You're old school. You don't want to see anything new. But let me tell you this. What I can tell you is this. At the end, what I did like the fact that they got heat. Okay. I like the fact that they had all the J-Brones that are always around the ring cheering. They got their ass kicked. And you had because I'm sure 80% of the hardcore fans, they're all big fans of the Bullet Club. So seeing them reunite, and the fact that the Young Bucks united with them, now you have something to build on. So I like that.
I will say this: you'll agree. You will agree with this. You will agree with this. I do think it's awkward with the ramp that they have there, because they have the ramp that extends the ring, right? Is that when they were getting heat on the guys like the Griff Garrison and Pillman, when you're selling on the ramp, like in the hard camera shot, you're just kind of standing like it's staring back in the ring. It didn't really have that feel of like they'd been beat. Did you notice that? Like when all the guys were like the two guys were selling on the ramp, they were kind of like just like chilling, kind of like looking back in the ring to see what's happening.
They need to change that, bro. I think they took
right. They can't sell the ramp because they're in the shot. It just doesn't look good, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Now, did they get rid of those
usually
steps
just toss guys out of the ring, and they're out of the picture, and you can have the shot with just the heels, everybody in the ring and stuff.
Do you guys remember those steps? Do you guys remember those steps that was under the ramp or no? That guys have almost fallen on top of doing dives, and we talked about it. Yeah. Those stairs, are they still there?
I'm not sure.
I think so.
I think that whole stair ramp thing needs to be squashed, bro.
Here's one final thing about this ending that I noticed right away. And we talked about how Tony Khan's a big ECW mark and all that, and he was going to the shows. The ending that they did with Kenny and Gallows Anderson beating up everyone that hit the ring, all the undercard guys, all the mid-card guys, beating the out of them, no one can get to them, was from ECW when Lawler joined Van Dam and Sabu, and they beat everyone from the locker room came out, and they knocked them off the ring, beat the out of them and all this.
Bro, I've seen that a million times before that. So for you referencing that, like that's where it happened. It did not start there.
That's where no. I'm saying,
but everybody, whether it's Tony, me, Disco, anybody, we're always influenced by certain bookers, angles, things that we saw, and now you're trying to change it. You know, so it fits what you want to do right now. But I just like that. I just like that they finally had some heat. That the Bullet Club got back together. Don's been great with Kenny. Kenny's a whole different person, wrestler, persona. And I like you got something that you can build from there. Let's see what they do.
Well, I will agree with Disco on one thing here.
Right.
He is. I mean, if you have the invasion of those Impact guys, you have Kenny, the Bucks.
Bro, this is the first day. You're going to blow your load on the first day and bring all of Impact in? You could bring Kenny later.
But but they're executive vice presidents.
Who?
Omega and the Young Bucks.
Oh yeah.
So they're endorsing Impact to invade their own product.
I don't know if they're endorsing.
That's a reasonable question to ask, Adam.
Well, they want to work together. Obviously, they are endorsing it if they're part of the angle.
What do you work together, bro? So now we're talking about working together, but we're talking about a storyline of these guys are like coming in, like So
they're obviously working together.
Where's my mind supposed to be in this? Am I supposed to be a smart mark and looking at this as like, okay, this is the angle. The executive vice presidents are working, or am I supposed to be watching the television show and seeing the heavyweight champion?
Let me tell you something. When I see Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, I never think executive vice presidents. I never think that.
That's definitely not going to work. An executive vice president never joined a heel stable. It's ridiculous. That's not going to work.
But Cody's, bro, this is why I keep talking about. They created just a very confusing universe on this show.
It is confusing.
I cannot wrap my head around it. And it's like people are trying to like talk to me like this. Like you go online. And like these things are so obvious to people. Like I guess they watch the BT and all that. And I'm like looking, going like, what are these people watching that I'm not watching? Because I'm just not getting this, And I guess they're watching all the other content, but I'm not going to watch 7 hours of AEW every week.
Look, I would say this: 80%, maybe even more. Will you and me agree on AEW of all the booking holes and illogical stuff they've done? But we'll disagree on this one because I did like this finish, and I think they have something to build on.
I thought the match.
Well, I said we'll see. I'm not, and I want it to be good, but I thought this was very. This is how I felt. I thought that everybody tried to make this seem like epic,
right?
And it was like not. They're definitely not that for me. I'm looking at this and like, I just thought it was silly.
I thought it was a good ending. I thought it was a good ending to the show. Yeah.
Di, you're not a Bullet Club fan. You're not a typical.
Neither am I.
Bro, how long has the Bullet Club been out of? How long has a Bullet Club been?
I've never been a Bullet Club fan. Yeah.
Yeah, but for the
how long was the Bullet Club in Japan? How long? With AJ, Finn,
it's been a while.
4 years.
AJ,
this is a long. Well, listen to this.
AJ,
Joe,
and Anderson left in
Joe. Raw, the professional wrestling business, from the time that the Bullet Club was popular to now, has literally lost like 30% of its fans just from that period of time.
Yeah.
Okay, and now you're going backwards remember these guys, like, I don't know.
Yeah, but I think,
seriously,
Disco,
you'd be better off bringing in the NWO
Disco.
than you would bring it in the Bullet Club.
No, you wouldn't. Disco.
Yeah, you would.
No,
100%
you wouldn't.
would.
What are they going to do?
Absolutely.
Just get on the mic?
Yeah, what are they going to do?
Just talk on the mic? But here's the thing. Yeah, but these guys, at least they can wrestle, and that's you get 2 for 1 there.
Now,
but
they brought Sting in. They brought Sting in. He's like an enemy, and he does nothing.
He does.
What do you do? What are they?
We don't need 4 more.
If you're going to do that, you might as well bring the NWO in. If they're just going to stand around and do nothing.
You might not. You might as well not. And so,
just go. You bring Nash and Hall. Have a 10-minute interview segment. They'll do the survey. How many people here to see
they would get a pop. They would get a pop.
How many people here to see the NWO? Yay!
The outsiders and the NWO show up on Raw once a year, and nobody gives a shit. So why would AEW be any different?
Because they've never shown up there. But at the end of the day,
they were together in TNA.
I just think that Bullet Club is like any other group that, it doesn't matter how many years pass by, people remember who's in it, and they're always going to get applause. Almost like when somebody comes up and they're from ECW and everybody chants ECW, or, if somebody from, let's say, DX were to show up, let's say Billy Gunn and Road Dogg, and all of a sudden X-Pac came out, everybody would pop because they remember their DX. So there are certain factions, and I think Bullet Club fits into that, where it doesn't matter how much time passes by, people kind of know the members.